excitement of the UP State Fair. TV19 is proud to again support this community event as a reserved champion sponsor and to bring you all the excitement of the UP State Fair. Brought to you by Upper Peninsula State Bank, focused on you and the UP.
UP State Fair reports begin Monday on 19 News.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, Vice President Kamala Harris has chosen Minnesota Governor Tim Walz as her running mate. We're live in Washington, D.C. with reaction and to talk about his background. Plus, it's primary day in Michigan. We're live at multiple polling locations, hearing from voters and checking how many people are showing up. And there's been a larger than expected amount of voters in Iron Mountain so far. Your 19 News at 6 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 6.
Well, it's been a sunny day out there, although not as warm as we have been recently. Air, how are we looking out there for this voting day?
Well, as you mentioned, yeah, it has cooled off. We are definitely in that trend. Taking a look at what we're expecting at the polls around 8 o'clock this evening. Some areas still a little warm. Escanaba with a high or a temperature at 8 o'clock of 71 degrees. Will be cooler here in Marquette, but fairly clear skies. Rain should not keep you away from the polls. And then taking a look at current conditions, yes, some of us are still in those 70s. We are going to be dropping down into some crisp temperatures tonight. I'll show you exactly where, though, coming up after the break.
All right, thank you, Aaron. Today, Vice President Kamala Harris chose 60-year-old Minnesota Governor Tim Walz as her running mate. With the 2024 presidential election now only 3 months away, experts are examining the impact the pick could have on the race. Joining us live with more details on that analysis is our Washington, D.C. correspondent, Brendan Scanlon. Brendan, what do we know about Governor Walz?
Hey there, Kevin. Good evening. Well, we're certainly going to be learning a lot more about Governor Walz in the coming days and weeks, as much of the country at this point is pretty unfamiliar with him. Here's what we do know about the Minnesota governor. Of course, he assumed office in 2019. Before that, he was a 5-term congressman from 2007 to 2019 in a district that leans red. He's a former public school teacher, high school football coach, and he served 24 years in the Army National Guard. Now he's the Democratic vice presidential candidate. There are a few reasons for choosing Walz, primarily his background. He's from a rural small town in Nebraska, and experts say he can connect with voters in the Midwest and in Rust Belt states, which are critical for Democrats in November. There is division within the Democratic Party over the war in Gaza and support for Israel. That will be a major issue that can impact energy and turnout for Democrats. Experts we spoke with say they're keeping a very close eye on that energy and unity, especially among younger voters between now and November.
Is this going to energize the Democratic Party? Are people going to really be enthusiastic going into the convention? Is it going to give them the bounce that they need to really pull ahead of Trump? They pulled even. Will this pick help to get the party reunified? Young voters are a real key part of that, and that's the group that I'm really going to be looking at.
And Kevin, the Trump-Vance campaign was quick to criticize Walz over things like his handling of the 2020 riots in Minneapolis. Earlier today at a campaign stop in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Republican vice presidential candidate J.D. Vance said Walz is, quote, one of the most far-left radicals in the United States government at any level. Vance also said today he looks forward to debating Walz once he officially receives the Democratic nomination for vice president. That will occur at the Democratic National Convention in just a few short weeks. Reporting live on Capitol Hill for WZMQ 19 News, I'm Brendan Scanlon. Kevin, back to you.
All right, thanks very much, Brendan. And of course, we will be having live coverage of the DNC. And it's Michigan primary election day. In Delta County, voters are deciding on the names they'll see in November for a number of major local races. Our Escanaba Bureau reporter Lily Simmons is live in Escanaba with more. Hey, Lily.
Hey, Kevin. Yes, several Delta County commissioners are facing challengers in this primary, while some former commissioners are looking to reclaim seats that they lost in the May recall election. Another big race to watch here is the one for Delta County Clerk, where political newcomer Elizabeth Moberg is looking to unseat Nancy Przrocki, who's held the position for 23.5 years. I'm at the Escanaba City Hall right now. This is Precinct 1. Voting has picked up a bit here in the last few hours as we near polls closing, but the city clerk told me earlier today that things started out pretty slow.
Precinct 1 is usually our busiest since the redistricting. In Precinct 2, they're pretty busy too, and 3. I think we have roughly around 1,300 absentee voter ballots turned in. Today we'll probably get a few more. Everything's going well so far. I got great election inspectors and great workers, so everything's going good.
As we mentioned, these county commission races are critical to deciding the names that voters will see on that November general election ballot. So it's really important that voters get out tonight, and I'll be live at 11 with more details on those races. Kevin.
All right, thanks very much, Lily, and looking forward to that. Voters in 4 Dickinson County townships will see a new millage proposal on their ballot as they head to the polls. Segola, Felch, West Branch, and Breen Township voters in the county are deciding on a sinking fund millage proposal for North Dickinson County School. The proposal seeks to add $1 mil per $1,000 of taxable value for 8 years, potentially raising close to $150,000 for the school if passed. The school board president says the sinking fund allows the school to draw interest and use the funds as needed for improvements. Right now, one of those is new buses.
Buses in the past few years, we used it to put a new roof on our school. This year, we're using it to put in a new boiler system. Those are the 2 biggest items that we have. I think that they know that we wouldn't ask for it if we didn't need it.
He says the school has one of the largest geographic regions in the state for busing. We'll have a link to the ballot language at WZMQ19.com. And now let's check in with our John Truitt. He's now at a polling place in Marquette. John, can you hear me? There he is. All right, John, how have things been going?
Hey, Kevin. We're here at the Barriga Gym adjacent to City Hall in Marquette for the Precinct 1 and Precinct 2 voting. I spoke to several voters early on today, and it seems like the crowds are a little less because of absentee ballot and early voting. I spoke to a couple of young people, one of which it's their very first time voting.
We're very privileged to live in a democracy where you're able to vote, and so it's especially important to exercise your right to vote. It lets your voice be heard, and it lets you affect government in a meaningful way, which is a privilege that a lot of people around the world aren't afforded.
We get to do this, so why wouldn't we? It's a good atmosphere to come in here. I was nervous. I thought it wouldn't be comfortable, but it was super comfortable, and we're lucky to be able to do it.
Polling will continue until 8 p.m. tonight, so make sure that you tune in to WZMQ 19 at 11 p.m. for our nightly recap of all the major races. Back to you, Kevin, in the studio.
All right, thanks very much, John. And poll workers in Iron Mountain are encouraged by the turnout of voters in this year's state primary election. Local voters like Rick Sherman of Iron Mountain are encouraging their fellow community members to get out and exercise their right to vote, especially young people. Voter turnout in Ward 1 Precinct 3's primary at Bay College has surpassed expectations with 117 voters by early afternoon, according to Chairperson Mike Day. Day notes that this level of participation is unusual for a primary and emphasized the importance of voting.
The election in November, you're going to see lines lined up to vote. But usually the primary, you don't have quite the turnout you have for a general election, but I would have to say this turnout's been very positive.
People get out there and vote in the presidential election. It's very important.
Final results for the polls in Iron Mountain are expected between 9 and 9:30 Central Time. And your first warning weather forecast is coming up after the break. Plus, we hear from top Democrat and Republican Michigan leaders to see what they're hoping for this primary. We're back in 2 minutes.
This is the most beautiful location I've ever seen in my life.
Like, I didn't even know that parts of the earth look like this.
My gosh, look how gorgeous.
Do you see this mountain? Your challenge is to reach the summit. This mountain will force you to make some tough decisions.
I'm gonna piss a lot of people off.
I'm as evil as it can get.
The Summit, special sneak peek of the premiere episode, September 29th on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to get their car fixed. John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to fix their car. Was that right? For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market. Why do I keep forgetting that word? Experience. Okay, go. 3, 2. For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market.
And don't forget,
Mike Baxter, Pioneer.
Dad, how do you kill an elk?
Wait outside the lodge until last call, then hit it with the tire iron.
And Legend.
I have a 60-year-old truck and a 30-year-old marriage. You should be happy that I am stuck in my old ways.
I do love that truck.
No wonder he's the last man standing.
The Upper Peninsula's home for the talk, WZMQ 19.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Shunk Furniture.
Chairs, chairs, and more chairs. On sale now at Shunk's de Marquette. We have hundreds of chairs, swivel gliders like this, and wingback chairs with high legs. There's comfy barrel chairs that swivel, and chaise chairs with storage. Plus, we have accent chairs for small spaces, and dressy leather chairs that will dress up any room, and big leather chairs with ottomans, or stress-free chairs and ottomans. There's chairs with bright, bold prints that will make you smile. And there's a large selection of chairs for outside. Shop Shunk Furniture in Marquette today.
Now, award-winning WZMQ 19 first warning weather with Air Stasic.
Well, Escanaba has kind of a haze over it, but overall mostly sunny skies. There are some clouds out there. Temperatures right now in the 70s. We are going to see that disappear as we get into these hours, of course. Let's check out where we're expecting our coldest temperatures. We've got a fairly clear night ahead of us, although we could see some clouds up in Houghton and Eagle Harbor. But look at these temperatures inland, possibly 49 in Ironwood. A little bit chillier there in Iron River, 44. Inga, get those quilts out and get all set for that. Iron Mountain similar with 45 degrees, a little bit warmer up there on Lake Superior here in Marquette with a low of 55. And then over in Sault Ste. Marie and St. Ignace, 55 and 61 degrees, but definitely cooler inland and further away from Lake Superior. Now the next 3 days will stick with mostly those 70-degree temperatures, but look at this. On Friday, we're going to dip down into the 60s for our highs, especially here in Marquette, and we do have chances of showers and possible thunderstorms on the way as our week wraps up. Now tomorrow across the UP, most of us getting a lot of sunshine. Again, we could have a few more clouds over on this northwest coast, but overall it should be a relatively warm day to enjoy. Get outside, get all of your activities done before those chances of rain return to us on our Wednesday and Thursday, but most likely on Thursday. Here's a look. 3 p.m. we'll see some showers sprinkling along that border of Wisconsin and Michigan, and then some later showers in Marquette County and of course on the northwest coast. And then here we go, those chances of thunderstorms on Thursday morning, very early in the morning around 6 a.m. We'll see that make its way to the central locations midday around 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We could have a thunderstorm here in Marquette or just west of Marquette. And then by 4 p.m. heading towards Elger County as well as Schoolcraft, and Luce counties there in the early evening hours around 7 p.m. or a little after that. We'll see it scoot on out, partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies for that Thursday night. Friday, some chances of showers as well. We could have that clearing out though later on in the evening, but mostly cloudy skies. Now our temperatures, we've talked about, we are in this cooling trend right now. I dig it. I don't know. Most people maybe want those 80-degree days, but taking a look at the 6 to 10 day outlook. So basically after the dog days of summer end, which is on the 11th of August, we'll see some warmer temperatures for the Keweenaw Peninsula. Everyone everyone else will be in that leaning above normal range. So we could be back in the 80-degree temperature range. Current conditions are nice and dry, and your 7-day outlook here for Marquette, well, we'll have likely rain coming on Thursday. We've talked about that, and then some chances even into Saturday. Remember that Marquette County Fair starts on Thursday. I'll have the outlook for Escanaba coming up in 15 minutes.
All right, thanks, Aaron. Still ahead, we head to West Branch Township to hear about the difficulties when it comes to making rural areas aware of what to do on voting day. We'll be right back.
The sun is out, won't go away. Feel the clouds on your shoulder. Touch the sky, feeling bolder. Going up, going out, going all the way. Going high, 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 high. Going up, going out, going all the way. Going high, high, high. Going all the way, going up. Going all the way, going up. Going all the way, going high.
Give your old items new life. Donate to your local Goodwill.
25 years of fun, and you're invited. It's the silver anniversary of the Downtown Marquette Farmers Market. Come celebrate with us every Saturday morning at the Marquette Commons. From 9 to 1, you'll find a wide variety of local foods, produce, art, and so much more. Plus, the Wednesday night Farmers Market on the 100 block of West Washington Street is back from 5 to 8. For more information, visit mqtfarmersmarket.com. The Farmers Market is presented by the Marquette TDA and sponsored by Flagstar Bank and WZMQ 19.
Your skin is ever-changing. Take care of it with Gold Bond's healing formulations of 7 moisturizers and 3 vitamins. For all your skins, Gold Bond.
It'll be raining cats and dogs again. Time to waterproof with Gorilla.
Waterproof with Gorilla?
Yeah!
Gorilla Waterproof Patch and Seal.
Of course.
Spray it, tape it, spread it, brush it to stop and prevent leaks. For the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
It's Diamond Days only at Richardson Jewelers downtown Marquette. It's the perfect time to get her that diamond she's always dreamed of. Loose diamonds are 20 to 50% off. Engagement rings and wedding bands are up to 30% off. We have updated our showroom to give you the ultimate diamond and jewelry buying experience. Come see how diamond buying should be at the UP's engagement capital, exclusively at Richardson Jewelers in downtown Marquette.
Richardson Jewelers.
You're watching WZMQ 19 News, live and local, with Kevin Hodge.
No matter your political party, one thing both sides agree on is just how important their races will be in determining the balance of power in Lansing. Ella Myers takes a look at what's at stake.
What it really provides you an opportunity is you have to negotiate.
That's Republican State Party Chair Pete Hoekstra, who tells me winning back the Michigan State House would provide Republicans greater sway, even if Democrats maintain control of the Senate and the governorship.
Obviously, you need to keep government running, but what you want to do is you want to start steering the ship in a better direction for the people of Michigan. You also have the opportunity then to lay down the platform that will say for 2026, here are the policies that we as Republicans would put in place.
Hoekstra tells me he's also looking forward to seeing the outcome of federal Senate and congressional races. For Democrats, State Chair Lavora Barnes tells me this upcoming general election is about maintaining control and preventing rollbacks of work Democrats have done while in the majority.
We know that if we don't hold on to this House majority, we run the risk of having the MAGA Republicans take over and roll back all the hard work that this Democratic trifecta has done. So it's very important to us that we win the state house.
Barnes tells me if given another term in the majority, she hopes to see Democrats lead on issues like environmental protection and the economy.
They've done unprecedented work in funding education and other things in the budget that they want to continue to do. They have a large plate of things that they'd like to continue to do on behalf of Michiganders, and we need to give them that opportunity to continue the good work.
A small UP town shares the difficulties of getting the word out to vote in a rural area. West Branch Township Hall in Scandia can be hard to make everyone aware of how to vote. Signs, flyers, and news outlets are some of the ways community members are reminded when and how to do so. Today there have been about 236 voters so far. However, organizers say the type of election determines how many voters will show.
We usually get our regulars, being a small town.
a lot of times we know everyone. We're not like Marquette where you got thousands of people and you don't know everyone. Here, you know, you can recognize the same people come in.
Voting ends at 8 p.m. tonight, and you can follow along for election results at 11 or at WZMQ19.com. And as Debbie slowly moves its way up the East Coast, the once hurricane is dropping historic levels of rain on coastal communities, big and small, and the threat is expected to last for days. Christiane Benavides reports from Savannah, Georgia.
Debbie flooded streets, knocked out power, and damaged oceanfront homes in Edisto Beach, South Carolina.
I mean, it was kind of crazy to see a storm hit like this. Never really seen roads this flooded before.
The storm lashed Charleston overnight with sheets of unrelenting rain. And with many roads underwater and more rain expected, the mayor has extended a citywide curfew until Wednesday morning.
I know this is frustrating to some. The reality is that nobody should be out on the streets in these conditions.
Debbie is still causing problems in Georgia. There are plenty of flooded streets, and about 47,000 people began the day with no power. The governor says another 4 inches of rain could soak residents, up to 8 in some areas. He's warning everyone to stay diligent.
Do not let this storm lull you to sleep, as a lot of affected areas right now are not experiencing rain and high winds. But both models are showing that rain will come back.
Here in Savannah, Georgia, cleanup is underway. This tree was uprooted as we felt the worst of the storm overnight. It fell on this home. A woman and her 4 children were inside.
It was out of my hands and everybody else's hands. You know, it's nature, but it's still like moving forward. What do I do?
At the airports in Debbie's path, it's been a rough start to the week. On Monday, nearly 1,900 flights were canceled. And with more delays inevitable today, the airlines have all issued travel alerts for many airports in the Southeast.
Coming up next, Mike Ludlum has your look at sports. He has an update on Marquette's Senior High School's new athletic director and how he's adjusting to the area. And Mike has highlights from the National Guts Frisbee Tournament from this past weekend. That and more when we come back.
CBS Television, live from Fiji.
Every season of Survivor starts the same way. Build the challenges. We design tribal council. We create the logo. And we hide the advantages. And then we turn it over to the players. And no matter how many times we do it, I'm still surprised. And that's why we watch. Because every season of Survivor is a new adventure.
A new season of Survivor starts September 18th on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
The wait is over. England Furniture's quick shipping is back at Kirkish Furniture. Choose your style and fabric and receive your furniture in as little as 30 days. Browse our in-stock selection or let our staff help you customize the perfect sofa or chair. Plus, 1 year free financing and free delivery.
This is home for CBS, WZMQ 19.
Looking for your next level in real estate? Look no further than Next Home Superior Living. Stephanie's not just any realtor. She's energetic, talented, equipped with the latest technology and decades of experience to serve you better. At Next Home Superior Living, we're not just selling homes. We're guiding clients and customers throughout the entire transaction. That's Stephanie Jones of Next Home. Visit stephaniesells.com and let her work with you for your next home. Don't settle for ordinary. Choose Next Home Superior Living for your extraordinary real estate journey.
Hello to you, I'm Gail King.
I'm Tony DeCopel. And I'm Nate Burleson.
This is us. We're all here to wake up your mornings to help make sense of the latest overnight developments.
What you can expect from your day before you head out the door. You'll also hear directly from the biggest newsmakers in America.
And you'll see the best group of journalists in the business with exclusive reporting and breaking overnight news.
That's a lot. Watch CBS Mornings right here on your new CBS affiliate in the Upper Peninsula. That's WZMQ 19.
WZMQ, home to CBS, The Talk, and 19 News.
Good evening, everyone. Marquette Senior High School's new athletic director has hit the ground running. Jackson Ingalls already has found a place to live, and he's meeting plenty of people before school starts. Ingalls made an appearance at the Marquette Big Cup athletic golf outing on Sunday. He graduated from St. Ignace High School in 2021 and 2024 from Grand Valley State University with majors in political science and business, and also with studies in sports management. He has experience as an athlete through basketball and track. He's been an official, including a referee at GLIAC basketball games for several seasons. Coming to the Sentinels makes perfect sense for Ingalls.
It's always been pretty special to me. You know, my dad played basketball here in college at Northern, and now my brother's going to play here. And so Marquette's always been on the radar for me. When I was in high school, I worked with my dad and with the superintendent on budgeting for St. Ignace. Now, obviously, St. Ignace runs on a $6 million budget, and Marquette's about a $45 million budget. Here in the athletic program, there's a lot more sports, and there's a lot more student athletes, and so hopefully we're able to do a lot of things the right way and the correct way. We can really try and do what's right for the student athletes to try to improve their experience.
Both of Jackson's parents, Doug and Doreen Ingalls, are in the UP Sports Hall of Fame, along with Jackson's grandfather, Jack Ingalls. The U.S. National Guts Frisbee Tournament concluded Sunday at Marquette's Tourist Park with Slipped Disc in the gray shirts facing Wolfpack in the black and red. Slipped Disc with an outstanding diving grab here off the deflection. This fan was hoping there would be a little bit more of that, as in, yum, yum, that's delicious, please give me some more. Slip Disc reached the final through the losers bracket. Wolfpack kept its opponent at bay in the first game. On game point, a nice low fling gets the point. Wolfpack 21-17, up 1-0 in the best-of-3 final. Game 2, the players, in case you don't remember, are 14 meters apart, slinging frisbees up to 80 miles per hour. Slip Disc had a nice carom here after this throw, but the players could not make the proper one-hand catch. And when this player touched the frisbee with both hands, that's a penalty point Wolfpack, and one Wolfpack fan was pleased with that result.
Too bad.
Apparently his name was Smitty. Wolfpack clinched the title with this throw by Tanner through the slip disc defense, 21-16, and 2-0 for your champions, Wolfpack. Both teams had mostly players from Marquette.
Considering it's my first tournament and have both of them happening at the same time, it's a lot to process, but it feels good. I thought we had a couple guys that also deserved it, but I'm humbled and honored that they chose me, so it feels nice.
20 teams competed for the title in the double elimination tournament. UP Hardwood of Marquette was third, with Worms of Lansing finishing in fourth place. Iron Mountain native and now Arizona resident Delaney Schnell did not qualify for the women's Olympic 10-meter platform diving final. Schnell finished 15th out of 18 divers in the semifinal yesterday, and you had to be in the top 12 to reach the final. She finished 6th in the synchronized 10-meter diving final with her partner Jessica Parado last week. The pair earned a silver medal in Tokyo 3 years ago. Lots of baseball, and Tigers are on the West Coast though, Kevin, so I'm not going to talk about them for a couple days. And the White Sox are on the West Coast. Oh, they're trying to become the losingest American League record streak with 22 games. They're at 21 right now, so can't talk about them. But we will talk about the Brewers tonight coming up at 11 o'clock.
Well, they're just trying to set records, Mike, okay?
Yeah,
That's
yes,
all they're trying to do. All right, thanks so much. We'll be back with a final look at weather right after this.
Hi friends, Richard Karn here. Now I'm known as the guy who can fix just about anything, but the technology in most appliances requires very special training to fix. And that's why my family has Choice Home Warranty.
Choice Home Warranty covers over 25 major home systems and appliances. That's your AC, heating, plumbing, kitchen and laundry appliances, and so much more.
Imagine for less than a cup of coffee a day, Choice Home Warranty can help protect you from expensive major system and appliance breakdowns that your homeowner's insurance doesn't cover.
Call Choice Home Warranty now and get access to a nationwide network of over 15,000 technicians and the latest appointment setting technology so you'll know when they're on their way.
So, do what this old DIYer did and call Choice Home Warranty now before something breaks down.
Get protection for your heating, AC, plumbing, kitchen and laundry appliances, and more. Call for your free quote today. Call in the next 5 minutes and get your first month free. 800-418-1754. 800-418-1754.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Pittsburgh Ultra Advanced Semi-Transparent Exterior Stain and Sealant in 1 can be applied on damp wood, allowing you to clean the surface and stain in 1 day. Get a gallon for $34.48 after rebate. Pittsburgh's Paramount is a premium exterior wood stain and sealant in 1. It provides enhanced waterproofing protection and resists cracking and peeling for a durable finish. A gallon starts at $38.97 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Tonight, why Kamala Harris chose Minnesota Governor Tim Walz as her running mate. Then Eye on America, the growing and expensive role social media influencers now have in politics. And Tropical Storm Debbie drenches the South. When will it hit the Northeast? On the CBS Evening News.
Direct.
Don't you ever look up at the sky and roll your eyes. You hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, good.
He holds the line.
I resent it, and I resent you for doing it.
Mathis Court is in session.
Weekdays on WZMQ CBS.
It's about to be real crispy chilly out. Crispy chilly? Sure, why not? 46 and 47, those lows in the interior. Everyone else a little bit warmer than that. Will be mostly in the 50s tomorrow, mostly 70s for everyone, and we'll stick with some sunshine. It's going to be a nice day to get outside and enjoy the wonderful weather we've got, because on the way we do have chances of showers, possible thunderstorms in the afternoon for that Marquette County Fair, but overall it should be wonderful conditions into the weekend.
All right, thanks, Aaron. We'll see you tonight for full election coverage. See you then.